Do you feel like something is missing in your life? Learn about the words of God. Let Him help you find the missing piece. Quoted from the inside cover of the February 2008 issue of the Pasugo God's Message, the magazine of the Iglesia ni Cristo. I am Arnold Jr. Andaya, 19 years old, a third-year UPOU student taking up a bachelor's degree in multimedia studies. The religious invitation I have mentioned is relevant to our student organization's Reflection Day, which we are celebrating at this moment. Many young people of the world today do not care about religions anymore. To worship God is the least of their priorities. Let us reflect on the causes of the decline of the youth's religious belief and observance. As mentioned in the World Book Encyclopedia, in the 1900s there have already been criticisms that the traditional religions have lost touch with modern needs and problems. 8 major religions in the world are Judaism, the first religion to teach the belief in one God. Hinduism followers worship a number of nature gods and deities. Buddhism's Buddha preached that to gain nirvana or salvation, people had to free themselves from all worldly desires and attachments. Confucianism stresses moral and political ideas, respect for ancestors and government authority. Taoism believes in astrology, fortune-telling, witchcraft, and communication with the spirits of the dead. Shinto worships spirits and demons that live in animals and other parts of nature. Christianity teaches that humanity can achieve salvation through Jesus. Islam preaches that Allah was the only God. In the 1900s, there has been an attempt to unify the Christians worldwide. Within Christianity, the ecumenical movement was developed. A large number of people in the West have stopped practicing their traditional religion. Many have turned to other beliefs or faiths. Occultism, which involves magic or forces outside the natural world. Zen, a form of Buddhism that emphasizes meditation. Black Muslims of the United States who adopt the Islamic faith. Charismatic Christianity and Jesus movement, highly emotional forms of religious worship that emphasize prayer. In 1968, Pope Paul VI reiterated the traditional Roman Catholic Church viewpoint. Each and every marriage act must remain open to the transmission of life. In the 1950s, one Margaret Sanger, an American-trained nurse, worked among the poor and saw the unhappiness brought about by too many children in too many families. She believed in and fought for the use of contraception to avoid unwanted pregnancies. She was persecuted because the Roman Catholic Church teaches that artificial methods of birth control are immoral. Today, Protestantism and Judaism favor contraception. Hindus and Buddhist religious leaders see no conflict in government birth control programs in Asian nations. There is now such a thing as Planned Parenthood Federation of America. Only the Roman Catholic Church remains very strict in prohibiting the use of contraceptives among its believers. The bitter consequence of this prohibition is the overpopulation. When the population is too great, poverty incidence is very high. When poverty incidence is very high, criminality goes high along with it. One Julian Huxley said, "Overpopulation affects a great many other needs of mankind besides bread." At this point, what am I driving at? I strongly agree that most of the religious beliefs and practices nowadays are becoming irrelevant to the believers, especially the young ones. This should not be the case. Religions must bring people closer to the supreme being we call God. He can give the answers and solutions to man's every need and problem. Instead of moving away from Him, it is wise to search for His will. Seek and find Him. Stand in the ways and see, and ask for the old path, where the good way is, and walk in it. Jeremiah verse Chapter 6, verse 16, New King James Version.